Today's video, we're going to make bún rieu, which is a Vietnamese crab noodle soup. So I'm going to show you guys how to do it. I've never done this before, but I'm going to try to show you. We're getting a huge pot. We're going to parboil some, you're supposed to have riblets. We don't have any, so we're going to use ribs. We're using 5 huge ones. Sorry, I hate that noise.
So we parboiled the pork ribs and then dumped out all the dirty water, cleaned up all the outside of the ribs.
Just rinsed it.
Yeah, not with like soap and water or anything.
Yeah, don't do that.
So then now we've got half water, half of our homemade chicken stock.
Yeah.
And now we're gonna boil this back up, put the pork back in.
Now we boil it for 40 minutes, 40, 50 minutes.
55 minutes.
Yeah. So we were supposed to put in, we were supposed to put in some dried shrimp, but I didn't have any. So I put in the oil of shrimp paste instead.
Well, as long as he doesn't drink my whiskey.
Oh my God. Who is this girlfriend?
She's in the car nursing.
I mean, you never met her, right?
No.
Oh yeah, I remember. The girl that lives in her car.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Some people have pretty cool.
It's like living in your boat. Some people live in like, I don't know, dinghies, and some people live in like yachts.
Yeah, true. You're videoing right now?
Yes. It's for the vlog. I think that's what I did. Or has it always been deformed?
No, it's been like that before you showed up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, before you met that cutting board.
Oh, I thought it was like my fault.
Oh, we can do that. We can play that again.
Okay. So we were supposed to put dried shrimp in here, but we don't have any. So I'm going to put fish heads. I mean, it's not fish heads, shrimp heads in here because I don't want to waste the shrimp heads. Oh. So what do you think we should do? Should we take the pork out to cut it, or like, is pork better when it's longer? Because this isn't.
It'll get softer.
Should we do? Okay, we'll leave it.
It'll break up. Yeah.
Okay, so we're just putting in some of that, and then I'm gonna fry up some onion, shallots, and garlic. I'm gonna put these 2 in first. I don't know, but the Kauai shrimp has that too. It's only certain shrimps have it, and I've cut myself with it. It sucks. So Keith just minced up some shrimp, and then you wanna put it in here?
I do.
Yeah. So in here we have crab and then shrimp paste. Usually it should be crab paste, but I couldn't find any, so I used shrimp paste. 3 eggs, some pepper, and then ground up or like very finely minced shrimp. And then we're gonna mix it up, and then we're gonna make these into little meatballs to put into the soup.
And then I'm gonna take this one shrimp and I'm gonna cook that in the soup, just for me.
Okay. If we can find it, there's so much.
Well, I'll find it. You
Okay.
just keep your hands away.
Whatever. So for this one, I'm sauteing some onions, shallots, and garlic. I put in the garlic towards the end once the onions and shallots are more caramelized. And we do some mixing, and then usually there's no mushrooms in this, but I have some, so I'm gonna put some in. So it's about to get a little bit darker now, so I'm gonna start adding. I'm gonna cut these into 4s and then add them. Keith just mixes up, and then before we're gonna put in, we're gonna make little balls. Usually there's ground pork in here, but no ground pork today. And then for this one, I just added some mushrooms. I want the mushrooms to draw out their moistures. But this one's weird. It's supposed to be shiitake mushrooms, but it doesn't really look like it. I'm kind of confused. And then I added some salt and pepper earlier, but I'm gonna wait until I add the rest of that, and then we'll add some salt and pepper. So we are sauteing the tomatoes now with some more salt and pepper on it. Usually I would add a little bit more sugar in it, but I think that I added maybe too much sugar in the broth, so I'm gonna not do that. So this is about to be done, and I'm gonna stick it into the soup. But before I do, Keith is taking out the big pork ribs. We were supposed to use pork riblets, but whatever. And he's cutting them and he's gonna put them back in. Do you want to make the next ones a little bit bigger? Because I'm scared it's gonna fall apart.
Sure, I'd love to.
And then this is the crab mixture, also forgetting pork. We're going to just take little spoonfuls and then stick it in. I turned the heat back up because it was simmering earlier. And then once it boils, then the crab meat and everything and the shrimp inside should be done. So we're gonna keep scooping. Once I'm done, we're gonna add all this into there. So the soup is almost ready and we're going to boil some of this. I would recommend getting the bigger one, the bigger noodles, but I couldn't find any, so I got this. And then I'm gonna take some fried tofu and then we're gonna stick it in here. I'm gonna cut them into maybe like 3, 1, 2, 3, and then half. Usually they sell the bigger ones just by like the big square ones, and that's the one that I would usually use.
Little dishes store, so that's why in our little plate lunch we have little dishes here and there because pretty much that's what they specialize in. And usually people get it like early in the morning before they go to work at the plantation. So nowadays people before work usually go and get it too. And this morning we woke up extra early to get it. So
Throw these in.
I'm super excited to show you guys everything.
So it's basically the early days grab and go. So like it's like the early days 7-Eleven.
This is not
Whoa.
8 minutes, 30 minutes.
So this is what it looks like right now. It's been boiling for a while now, so I'm gonna turn it off. We're basically all done. I'm just gotta add some fish sauce and then stir it up. Wow. Yum. And then we just put a little bit of shrimp sauce, which is fermented shrimp paste. So this is our dish. What do you think?
Super good, baby.
Good?
Thank you. Yeah.
Good. Okay, we're gonna keep eating. Bye.